Hello and welcome back to Sprite Plays Starseed Pilgrim. I have gone ahead and farmed up 51 seeds, did some exploring, and this looks like the best next level for us to take on, the one with no caption, with some pretty interesting properties having to do with ice. So let's take a look here at where is the best place for us to put the ice, and I think right there is the best place. And then we can start to grow some of that and just really fill this in with ice, really slow down the darkness that way, because we are going to have a little bit of difficulty getting started. This is a level where you can kind of have a really hard time finding the things that you need to get moving in a particular direction. You don't start out with the guaranteed going to the right. And so we have to use a bit of a different plan, and we're going to be pretty casual about economy because we do have a pretty good basis. Ice is very dangerous, and we have to kind of be careful about it. This explodey one is not the most useful thing that we have, but now we've got an orange one that's going to give us a little bit of ground. Unfortunately, we don't really have any way of slowing down the darkness yet, and so we have to kind of be on the run. And we're getting very close to this key. Don't want to connect up with it quite yet. We don't quite have what we need to do that. And I'm not really sure. Let's see if we do that and then fill that with, hopefully that will reach the gray before the darkness does. Looks very tight. And we can then use that to head over to the right this way. And that will get us a place that we can kind of start our connection from. And so we'll use an ice to do that, to connect up to that key. Don't really want to do that yet, but if we freeze this orange, we won't be able to place ice in it. And so I believe ice will actually speed up the tan, and so we may just want to wait here for the darkness to come closer so that we kind of cause less disruption when we do that. So we have a second key here that looks like it's going to be well within reach, and looks like we're going to have an alright setup for reaching it. Let's see, where is going to be the best place to plant this seed-growing seed? I think planting it there and digging that out. And then we will freeze this, which will speed up the darkness a little bit. But once that pink one grows in there, we can use this to create a little bit easier to navigate ground. And we're already getting pretty low on supplies, so even though we started out with a huge stockpile, we're already down to 37. And so I do want to be a little bit less casual about economy just for a little while. We are in a pretty good situation compared to where we usually are in this game, but I want to be careful and I don't want to take unnecessary risks. So we're going to gather these up, and then I'm not sure the best place to plant this purple one. I think there, actually. And then we have another ice coming up that is not particularly useful to us, and I'm not sure where to plant it exactly. Now, we also have a seed-growing seed. Yeah, we're just not getting seeds in the order that is particularly useful. And we don't have a good place to plant this ice. It will cause no end of trouble if we plant it in the purple. And so I'm going to plant it in the pink like that there. So we lost that, but we are continuing to carry on, which I think is the more important thing. So we're very close to being able to connect up with that key. I think just an ice will do it. So let's put that off to the right. And then put that there. That'll connect up. And now we are just continuing on. And we actually have a purple one. Not in the most ideal position, because we kind of would like to not block in that pink one. But it looks like that's not going to be an option. And then we have another one of these. These are much easier to deal with in this level because we have the opportunity to freeze them. They're still difficult. They still present some challenges, but they are easier to deal with. Let's see, where is the best place for this? I think we're going to cut that down and put that there. And then we have to be a little bit careful about over to the left here. We don't have a good place for this seed-growing seed, unfortunately. I think we're going to have to kind of discard it, and I did not actually give myself the height that I need to get up there, so we're going to have to do a little bit of something that I didn't want to do there. Now, this is going to be a problem, but I think... yeah, that should be fine. So now we can actually continue off to the right. And that's kind of the problem in this one. You can't plan ahead very well. Because you only have two seeds that you can see. So let's see, there's a door, and it's very near to a key, so we're going to try and connect up with that. But we're going to have to navigate through some pretty narrow spaces here. And it looks like we have almost an ideal setup. That's really going to work quite well for us. This red one is a little bit dangerous, but could end up being exactly what we need. And I'm just going to dig out a path back this way so that we can get over here. And that was very nearly very bad. And so I'm going to have to take the risk that I remember these the dimensions correctly here. And it worked out. So that is definitely 3 keys. We have 2 of them right here. Going to leave ourselves some backtracking hearts because we do not know how long it's going to take us to get back here. Looks like we're going to have to use a bubble. And it looks like we're going to have to use a couple of bubbles, especially... well, okay, so we can get that key without a bubble. But we're going to need a bubble to get back. And that is the end of the road. So let's see if we can make our way back to the door with our 3 keys. And we'll just use our backtracking hearts here. Bubble. And then heart. And let's see how high we can get up here. This is, I think, the highest. And then, let's see. This is a little bit of a tricky jump, but not very. And we are at the door, so let's see what the 3rd phase of this level is like. Oh my goodness. So we have corruption kind of all around us in some pretty odd shapes, and that is going to really mess us up. So this is going to connect, and then that is going to have to be our sort of base. When it gets converted, it kills whatever's growing from it, so that is important to know. And that was a bad decision. Oh, that was a really bad decision. Let's see. So let's try this, starting from here. So we're going to have to navigate around really tight stuff to get around this corruption. Really going to have to weave through some very tight spaces Oh, and we're going to have to work pretty quickly as well. So it looks like this is going to be the end. We're not really in a great position at this point. We're running out of seeds. And we're not getting the seeds that are going to be really useful. This one actually could be very useful. Especially if we can freeze it. And then, let's see. I think the thing to do here is take a bit of a leap of faith. There we go. And so now we just need to get up high enough. And it looks like this should do it. Oh, no. No, it won't. Not at all. This might, though. Okay, very close. And now this should take us straight up. And then we'll use some ice. And that got us to it. A silence lent us time to think. All right. So we've done it. We have succeeded in completing one of the stranger levels, and now we have some of the strangest ahead of us. I'm not sure exactly how many we've completed at this point, but we still have Hopeless I Ignored It. I believe we have not completed. We still have the level where you dig crosses and the level where you can't dig, I think. So, quite a lot of challenge ahead. Not really sure how we're going to take it on, but one at a time, with lots of breaks to farm off camera, so that we can go into these levels with lots and lots of seeds. And just take them on, one at a time, figure them out, and we will make our way. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.